I just want to make a quick video. See, I'm going to use these popular words everybody using for you can understand what I'm saying. See, when you are really, I guess, what they call woke, when the veil is lifted, you know, I was just sitting back watching the television, you know, watching some of the news feeds, because that's the way I stay in tune with what's going on in the world. Because a lot of times I plug out. I've stated many a times a lot of this social media and even making I wish I would have knew, years ago about content and all that, but that's a whole nother story. But again, like I said, I never was with all of Facebook and all this stuff. I'm really like a what they would call a late bloomer when it comes down to social media and things of that nature. But speaking of just scrolling down social media and a lot of things because you find out a lot of news without even watching the news or may not even been on the news too because there's a lot of different things going on and including the things that's on the news. So I'm saying that to say this: the more you analyze and look at what's going on, the presidential election, the immigration, the constant civil unrest, police situations, and scamming and scheming. The world is definitely a stage, man. And it's like, even just looking at the politicians, and like I keep stating, I really don't get deep into it. I've been talking about it lately because I see how the puppet masters and how these quote unquote elites and all these different people in high places, use people as pawns. And I'm only using these labels because that's what people label themselves, and that's the most popular words to use. Just like if I use the term white or black, you know, those are not a representation of a person's ethnic background. That is a color, but that's for a whole nother, story, video, or whatever. So there's a lot of plays being played, and when you are, you know, woke, right, you start to see everything for what it really is. Kamala and Trump and all this and Biden and all of these distractions. There's so many things that's taking place around the world, so many, the eclipse and all these different things, and you just probably seeing visitation for extraterrestrials. Or interterrestrials, probably all kind of labels. I got to do my due diligence, you know. Interterrestrials is all kind of different levels, just like dimensions I was speaking about before. But it is definitely a stage, and so many of the people, I guess, that's unconscious, I guess, if that makes sense, that's so easily manipulated and believing in a savior and not understanding they have to save themselves, whoever they are, whoever this may apply to. You've been hoping and begging for a change. You have to be the change. You have to be the one creating the change. And it starts with you. It starts here. You can't, and it's in here. Because I just call it like I see it, man. I'm not here to point the finger and say this and this and that, because at the end of the day, this is the game we chose to play, Because I do believe to a certain degree, you know, that we signed up for certain things and to go through certain life experiences to experience and to learn. But when you can't see what's going on in what they will call this 3D reality, how the quote unquote enemy continues to play games, continue to manipulate, continue to bully, you know. Well, okay, if these people are not acting right, then I'm gonna go get these people and have them do this, and it's gonna cause this. If you can't see what's going on, then you need to do your own due diligence immediately, you know. And like I said before, I spoke of anything, people disliking me, but they really dislike you when you speak the truth because they live off a lie, they benefit off a lie, and they know that lie is coming to an end. You know, I'm not with anybody, you know. No Kamala, Trump, this, whoever. If whoever want to vote, do their thing, whatever, hey, do your thing. I'm not here about to argue with you. I'm not about to get into a debate or art or whatever with it. You can have it. Do whatever you want with it. Because I personally don't see a change. I see a lot of things getting worse. There are certain opportunities. Yeah, there are certain things in the good too that you could see that's going on in certain ways. But all of these distractions, all of these plays, you know, you're going to keep hearing about the immigrants this and the immigrants that. Is like, it's like you got to, if you really care about it so much, then stand up for your rights, you know, and make sure you have the right to fight for your rights. Because it definitely ain't right, but you've been existing in the wrong for so long. So how could you expect anything different? I don't want to stay too long on this whole immigration thing because there's a lot of so-called immigrants and it's a lot of history and a lot of things that's not told behind a lot of things in this border and this and that. You know, if you got people willing to do anything to come over here, get it? But again, I don't pass judgment on no man, woman, or child, no matter what ethnic background they come from, as long as they got good intentions. But if anybody's going to that disagreeable side and hating somebody from their appearance, their skin color, and you coming over with an agenda, the universe will deal with you. You know, I don't like the personal threats things because I feel like that's lower. Fighting and scuffling or bang, 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 and whatever, however it is. Call me what you want, but I feel like, and I know that I'm higher. I let the universe, you know, do the work for me. But yeah, I've just been seeing a lot of this stuff, and Kamala's supposed to be going this, and they always, and I don't even like to speak about race, but in this presidential race, and then they're bringing the quote unquote black women or all these people and what Kamala's supposed to be and all this. This is like a bunch of nonsense. It doesn't matter what her ethnic background is. What does it got to do with anything about what she stands for? Yeah, she will go down in history as the first woman president if that was to be happening. But according to The Simpsons, I believe Donald Trump is supposed to be the next president. I mean, he was already the president or the president again or whatever. But anyway, I don't want to stay too much on that too long. It's just, I don't know. Even when I'm not trying to see it, I see it so much, it's just kind of replaying in my head. So I thought I'd speak about it. Don't get distracted. Because a lot of these individuals, these celebrities, these people in high places, man, they really with these organizations and they're not out for your, you know, for your good behalf, you know. long as their families, are wealthy and they got a big house and they doing their little thing in their little organization, and they made a pact not to look out, not to help, not to acknowledge, hard work and what they would call poor, lower class, individuals. They don't want to help you get out of that situation because they benefiting off you being in it. So that's why it's a constant struggle. The reason why you should be definitely focusing on yourself is because how can you understand anything if you don't even know who you are, the body, the flesh that you're in? Even though you have to have a understanding that you are beyond flesh, but this is a test and you have to learn from this. Now, this is just my opinion. Don't hate me for my opinion. You have an opinion. You may not agree with what I'm saying, but then you may be on the whole other side of the fence as well. Because I only speak the real, I don't sit here and try to bash nobody, this, that, and the third. But I know behind closed doors, I can see. And people make fun and benefit off of original individuals, off of a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, that I won't get too deep into this video about. But it's been a lot of distractions, even with me making videos lately. I already know what's going on too. I'm not even going to get deep in that. There's a lot of things I haven't been even talking about. But I'm going to get ready to end the video. I just wanted to get a few things off my chest, and hopefully, for the real ones that happen to run across this video, it just help you see through, the BS. It's a lot of games. I remember, what is it, like the mayors or whoever's supposed to be doing stuff for the cities, they come and give this big speech year after year after year. But the neighborhood never seemed to ever get better. Nothing ever get built in it. So they're just like lawyers. They're liars. They'll sell you a dream. You know what I'm saying? They'll steal out everything that you worked for, everything that you created, and try to make you forget and turn around and sell it to you. Sell you your own products. It's very deep. But see, when you think beyond flesh, then you don't think about the material thing. Because at the end of the day, this is a learning place. To be like, this is mine, that is mine, this is mine. And having possessions is pretty much like having attachments. And if you living off attachments, how can you ascend to the next level? So I'm in the video because I don't want to get too long, and plus I'm trying to get my little workout on. Just a quick update, Don't worry about the ones that's hating on you, Yeah, it's a spiritual war, and it need to be repeated over and over so the ones don't forget that, So, and just understand, you don't have to always act off rage and get angry and scream, to win a war or to be the bigger person in the conversation. Don't entertain misery because it loves company. Nothing wrong with having like-minded individuals around you, even if you are the hermit. Get some debates going, work out. Try your best not to get distracted, and try your best not to get overwhelmed with anxiety when you got all these legions of disagreeable, dark entities always trying to come against those real ones. And if you like me, you're a part of those real ones. I'm getting to the point where I'm really erasing these haters, even the ones that be sitting here watching these videos and not supporting. It's like, it is what it is, because I know eventually the real ones gonna definitely overthrow the haters And you can't stop nothing that's destined to be great. You know. On that note, I'm gonna end the video, man. And shout out to my outside the box thinkers. You know, shout out to my underdog immortals. And again, underdog immortals could be male, females, depending on your position, what you done been through in life. You know, and it really doesn't matter or your skin tone. But at the end of the day, I have to be 100% real. You know, there's a lot of people that's out here seeming to be struggling more than most. And that's who I really do it for. But these videos are for anybody that can relate to them or it can help you in a way. But if you a hater and you hating and you got negative, disrespectful things to say, please don't say nothing at all and keep your distance. Like, comment, and subscribe, share. Turn on your post notifications. I'm out. It's Triple Ones, the God I owns. 13.